when you're president, could you offer today, either by name or by description or background or something, a composite makeup of either your cabinet or your confidants?
Or my what, I'm sorry?
Or your confidants.
Or my confidants. Not by name, because that would be a bit presumptuous, I think, at this point. But I can tell you my background. I don't know, there's a book written by a woman named Doris Kearns Goodwin. She's a historian. She wrote a book about Abraham Lincoln's management style. She calls it, let's see, what's it called? A Team of Rivals. That's it, A Team of Rivals, which I've had a chance to read most of, not all of them. But the philosophy that she described is the philosophy that I found that worked for me in the private sector, and then at the Olympics, and then in Massachusetts when I was governor. I liked bringing people in who were smart, dynamic, aggressive people with different backgrounds. I wasn't as concerned about their party affiliation as I was about their views and their strength and their character and whether they would debate openly. I want to bring people into government who have different backgrounds and maybe different points of view, who will express their views openly and honestly, who are smart people, who will insist on data and analysis before they reach their conclusions. I don't like just to have a group of people who all say, whatever you say, Mr. President, we're all with you. I want people who disagree with me and disagree with each other. And I'm not embarrassed about the fact that there can be conflict among the cabinet members. That's a good thing. In some respects, you know, a real healthy debate in Iraq, as we were thinking about entering Iraq, may have identified to us all the challenges we're currently facing. And it might have led us to say, you know what, before we get in there, maybe we should have a far more extensive troop strength level than we're currently planning. That kind of debate, that open discussion is something I would seek. So the kind of folks I look for, some with extensive experience in the private sector, some with experience in the volunteer sector, some with experience in government. You might find somebody in the opposition party. I look for talent. When I was governor of Massachusetts, some of you know that I chose as the sort of the super secretary responsible for the environment and for transportation and housing. I chose a guy who I think was a Democrat, but one thing about him that was most unusual is I think he'd been the guy that sued Massachusetts more than anybody else in our history. And I figured bring a guy in who really knows what we're doing wrong and help us get things right. And Judge Rowe was I like smart people who are willing to disagree, who are insistent on data, and who, when we make a decision, will come together and stand together as a team.